So welcome everybody tonight. I really appreciate you taking the time. I hope you'll find some value. As I mentioned, this is only our second Build Your Wings Zoom. We realized that as a team, we're just growing so fast, and this is just an amazing way to get people plugged into our system, to show you the support that's available without you even having to leave your house. So for any of you who don't know me, my name is Kareen Chan. And although I am a national marketing director, first and foremost, I'm a mom. And I already mentioned earlier, my little guy's upstairs and he's sick, poor guy. And I just love that, you know, I didn't have to phone in a substitute teacher. I used to teach. I didn't have to try and get a day off work or, you know, take a sick day or whatever it might be. We got to spend the day together. And then even tonight when things were going crazy, like there was nowhere else I needed to be. And I'm here because I want to be here tonight. And I just love seeing everybody's face. As I mentioned, you know, we work for ourselves. You own your own business when you join this amazing company, but you're not alone. And seeing everybody's face tonight, this is why I do this. As a mom, a stay-at-home mom, it's lonely. And I just love the community. So many faces I know, so many new faces here, and it's just amazing. So if you're brand new, welcome. We're so happy to have you. We're realizing just so few Canadians actually know about Juice Plus, and we need more people on this mission. We don't need salespeople. So if you are dreading, you know, selling to your friends and family, know that that's not what we do. Maybe you're like myself and you just found these products from a friend or a family member who shared with you, and why wouldn't you want to tell your friends and family about them, right? So tonight what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share some valuable resources you have at your fingertips, as well as how to share, you know, when people ask you an elevator pitch. I hate to use that because, as I said, we're not salespeople, but you know, you just have those opportunities every single day where somebody's going to ask you, you know, what is it that you're doing now? Or, hey, what is this Juice Plus stuff? So just a short blurb that you can share, as well as how to build your team, because you can't do it alone. And that's why we call it network marketing, is because you don't have to and you can't. And then we might have a few minutes at the end. So we'll see how this goes. So the first thing I want to share tonight is our website. So Sandy, Michelle, and Barb are three amigos that are the reason we're all here today. They created a website. Just like this Zoom tonight, we realized that we needed tools for people to plug into, so you don't always have to be trying to reach people when you have questions. You don't have to know the answer to every question. I don't even know the answers to questions. Sandy is my upline. I message her constantly, but a lot of the answers can actually be found on our website. So if you're not familiar with it, it's teamsynergyinspires.com, and it's got tons of resources. So right now, I'm actually going to have to ask somebody, I think, to leave here, because the speaker view should show me and my slideshow coming up, but it doesn't. So let's see here. Who's the speaker tonight? Who's the lucky recipient of the big screen? I can't even see them. Okay, let's try this here. So funny. Can anybody see who the speaker is when I throw it on speaker view? Even though you have a blank screen, does anybody see a name? Okay. Well.
Actually, Kareen, you're showing up in mine as speaker.
Okay, good. Well, I don't know why I'm showing blank then. As long as you can see, because when I throw it on the big screen, I see Donna. There you go, it's my speaker. So as long as you can see what I'm about to show you here, that's all that matters. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So first thing I'm going to show you is our website. Thumbs up if you can see the teamsynergyinspires.com website. Yay! Okay. Fabulous. So our Team Synergy Inspires, this is the home screen you're going to see when you go in, and it's got a ton of videos. Now, these videos are valuable for yourself to learn more about the products and the mission. So I would highly recommend that you watch these if you haven't already, or even just listen to them in the background, as well as the awesome tools we have here. So first things first, building your team is probably the most important thing that you're going to be accessing this for. So we've got, and this is newly updated. So if you haven't been on and even say the last week, I noticed new things on here that I have never seen. So it's been updated. Your prospect meeting. Now there's lots of ways you can use this resource. So you may want to be actually sitting in person with somebody. Maybe it's a coffee shop or something. Maybe you've asked somebody, hey, can you, somebody asked you, what is this Juice Plus stuff you're doing? Or, you've reached out and said, hey, would you be open to getting together for coffee? And I could just tell you a little bit about. You could do this sitting in person. Or you could also, again, somebody's messaged you or you've reached out and asked permission to send a video. This is where you would get information to share with a prospect. So somebody who's not yet a customer, okay? So first thing, you've got all of these videos that are based on our products. You show the video using earbuds. You're not going to throw it on loud in a coffee shop. And then next thing is ask them what they liked best. This is a tip from Eric Worre. Instead of just asking their opinion, which is very open-ended, asking them what they like best focuses on the positive and gives you some feedback, okay? We always, always, always share the business at the same time because we don't know if that's something that might interest them. You're all here tonight. Somebody shared with you, and you're probably very grateful that they did. So again, we've got business videos. So you've got lots of choices here. Then this is where you're going to ask them, just on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being no interest and 10 being ready to get started, where are they? The toughest part here is waiting. Crickets, count to 10 in your head, whatever you need to do, but don't jump in and don't assume. Okay, they're going to give you some feedback. And then from there, you'll see, if they're ready to get started. Then you book up an appointment for the startup steps, which is on here as well. Introduce them to your closest national marketing director. So we've got, oh my goodness, so many of us Canadian national marketing directors now. But one of us are more than happy to get on a call. We also just recommend doing a Facebook Messenger thread or a text right away just to plug them into their upline so that they know they're not alone and that you've all got lots of support. And if they need some more information, they say, I'm about a 2. Then you just say, hey, we're having an event next week. No pressure, but I just love for you to meet some of the people that I get to hang out with. And there you book, would you be interested? And you go from there. Okay? So that's the prospect meeting that you can use in many different ways. The other thing is just curious. Now this used to be called I'm new, now what? But we also like to show it to people who say, you know what, I'm not a salesperson, or I don't think I could do what you do, or anything like that. So this is a valuable resource that you could use in a variety of ways as well. So step 1, you have that startup meeting, which I'll go to next. We always recommend people getting team right off the get-go. Now the reason for this is that you can get those 2,500 points alone, but you need team to get to the next step. You can only get so far without having team, as well as just reaching more people, right? You only need to know 5 friends to get to the top of the company. And those 5 friends, know 5 friends, and so on and so forth. On here, you're going to see there's video links, there's promo points, how many points is each product worth, Team Finder, which is just going to give you an idea of where to look for people to join your team. Then you've got ways to send Facebook notes, selfie videos, phone calls. The more personal you can make it, the better. I often get invites to Facebook parties and such, and to be honest, if somebody doesn't go that extra mile and send me a personal invite, I don't usually go because, we're busy, right? We have a million things to do, and if you didn't take the time to personally invite me, it's obviously not that important to you that I attend. Again, we've got the videos there. Nowadays, our attention span is so short. So we find that, people are willing to watch a 2 or, 5-minute video. They can listen to it in the background. It's just more interactive. And they're hearing it from somebody other than just you. right? They're hearing it from somebody else, and usually it's a healthcare professional or another mom or just, you know, somebody who is going to add verbiage that maybe we didn't, right? So it's just another person inviting them to events. So here we've got an awesome flipogram that Sandy made, just how to invite. We've also got amazing Facebook parties. And besides, actually, you know, we can't necessarily reach out to your friends and family without you, right? We can do it with you. You need to do the talking to people, but we're here to help you in every other way. We've got Facebook parties just ready for you to copy and paste. We've got events that we do all the time. We've got this event that is monthly that you can plug people into. So lots of stuff. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We've got this should say Sunday Family Freedom Project Zoom if you look under the events. I just messaged the ladies to have them update this. If you're hosting your own event, maybe it's just a coffee date or, you know, a Zoom chat like this, whatever it might be. And then you're plugging people into the system. You know, you can say, hey, I'm just new. I'm just learning this stuff too, but I'd love to learn it with you. And I know we've got lots of support. You know, would you be willing to jump in with me? So don't be afraid to invite people into this, even if you are new and you're just learning, because you guys can learn together. I know I was listening to a live video by Wendy Campbell, who's a nurse and been with the company forever. And she said when she got to the top of the company even, she remembers thinking like, oh, they're going to realize she has no idea what she's doing, because you don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be a professional, even though we talk often about going pro. You just have to know where to find the answers and be willing to learn. Okay, so next is a startup meeting. If you have not had a startup meeting, please ask your upline or whoever's, you know, active in your team to do one with you, or even just check it out yourself. This is what we recommend doing with absolutely everybody, you know, unless they're like dead set, I don't want to do anything, I just want the discount, you know, please leave me alone. Obviously you're not going to, but otherwise you just say, hey, we do this with everybody, and then you literally read off the screen. Well, word for word is what we recommend. So this has got all the tools you're going to need so that when they walk away from that startup meeting, whether it be on a Zoom like this, phone call, or in person, they feel like they at least have a good start. Okay, so you set their expectations, you show and watch some videos together on how to get to those 2,500 points, you know, how to maximize the bonus money that's available, how to create events, okay? You're going to go through it with them. There's some homework. And again, when you get your first team member, you're going to do this startup meeting with them. And the more we use the system, the better everybody is equipped, because they have everything they need to at least get started. We've also got a next step, a VF meeting. So, you know, some of you are on here and you're already have been in the business for a little bit, and you might have even only been in the business for a month, because it only takes 30 days to get to VF. But make sure you've had a look at that or had your upline do that VF meeting with you too. Okay, we've also got virtual office tutorials. So this is, you know, just you say, oh my goodness, somebody wants to pay with something other than a credit card. So we've got a little video here on how to pay for orders by check. Or if somebody, for example, you know, all of a sudden you get a new distributor and you say, hey, I've never signed up a distributor, can't get a hold of somebody, or you just want to do it on your own, it's all on here. How to print reports. So we're all here to help, but just know that the answers to most of your questions are actually found on this website. Lots and lots and lots of valuable tools on here. So I'm going to move along to how to talk about Juice Plus. So again, you've got all these valuable tools, you know, but the majority of the time you're just one-on-one with a family or a friend, you run into them at the grocery store, whatever it might be. So how do you talk to people about Juice Plus? I'm going to actually use the PowerPoint that we use in the Family Freedom Zooms. You're not going to be showing that to people, but the reason I do that is just most of us are visual learners. So when I'm talking about it, at least you have like a beautiful picture instead of just staring at each of our faces for that time. Okay? So got this beautiful Zoom. And again, I'm just using it for the sake of showing you some pictures. Okay, so somebody asks you, what is Juice Plus? And you want to, again, just have a short and sweet way to talk to them about it. Our namesake product has been around for over 20 years. So when we say Juice Plus, what we're talking about is the fruit and veggie capsules. We have chewables, we have lots of other things, but what is Juice Plus? That's what I say. Hey, it's just fruits and veggies in a capsule or a chew. And then I usually ask them, have you heard of it before? Wait for their answer. And usually I just go into, like I say, just a short, and this takes practice. Most of us have verbal diarrhea all over people, so we're trying to save you that experience. And it does happen. But number one, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And on the flip side of that, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, right? So just know that whatever you're saying is okay. Just going to give you some verbiage for sharing. So the most important things that we like to touch on when we talk about Juice Plus is this. 3 things. Vine ripened. So think of farmers market produce, garden produce, not what you're buying in the grocery stores. Okay, vine ripened, picked when it's falling off the vine. It's whole food, pit, peel, seed. I don't eat the peels of the oranges. I don't eat the tops of the carrots. That's why Juice Plus is so amazing. And it's rainbow variety. So you saw back here, look at that. I mean, most of these things I either don't like, I've never tried, or definitely I don't eat in season. So you're getting that every single day. Okay, so if you can think of vine ripened, whole food, rainbow, that's what makes Juice Plus so powerful. As well, you can mention if they have kids, grandkids, whatever it might be. I like to just even say and kids get it for free with an adult's order. You don't have to go into details. You can if they ask. I'm going to actually skip and then come back. The other things I like to add is that it also has clinical research done that shows that your body recognizes it as food. So it's bioavailable, we like to say. I just say your body recognizes it as food, and it does amazing things in your body. It's tested on humans and their blood. Again, depending on who you're talking to, if you're talking to a doctor or somebody who's into the medical stuff or the research, go bananas, go crazy. But, for the typical person, you don't need to go into details unless that's something that interests them. And the NSF certification. I usually touch on this because most of my friends are moms. They're pregnant, they're nursing, they want to get pregnant, or they're going to be feeding it to their kids. So I just say we have a certification that means an outside agency comes in unannounced and tests our product and facility, and never in the past 20 years have they ever found anything that isn't on the label. And that makes it pure whole food that even Olympic athletes can take. Okay, so NSF certified. We've got almost 40 different clinical research studies that have been done on real humans and their blood, just showing that our body recognizes it as food. And those 3 things we talked about. Okay, so that is usually just short and sweet, and people are usually, interested or not, depending on what you say there. And I do like to just briefly say, we also have these amazing shakes and bars that are whole foods. So I don't have to go into any details unless that's something that interests them. And we have a tower garden that you can grow your own produce year-round. I'm the laziest gardener in the world. I could kill a cactus, and yet mine's thriving because it self-waters. And I don't have to do anything besides adding some tonic and stuff, checking it every once in a while. It's absolutely amazing. So right there, you've told them about all of our products, just short and sweet. And I like to listen to, when I was learning the verbiage, I would listen to Michelle Ball's talk. So maybe it's one of the recordings of the Family Freedom Project or something, just to learn the verbiage. Maybe after I post the recording of tonight's call, even just listening to that again to get your practice. Just trying to stop sharing the screen here, and it won't let me. Okay, next thing I wanted to talk about, there we go, that's that. Okay, so that's what our products are. Now, the other thing people are oftentimes going to ask you is, what do you do, right? Or, hey, I see you posting about this Juice Plus stuff. Like, what do you do? Or, you know, they say, oh, I couldn't do what you do. This takes practice and confidence, but I don't know how many times I missed an opportunity by not sharing that. So you can find what you feel you're most comfortable with. Some of the things that we like to say is just, I've aligned myself with a wellness company. Or I own my own virtual franchise, but it's with a whole food company. Just something to do with wellness, whole foods. And I also like to just touch on, I'm aligned with a company that their mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. Really open-ended, because you want people to ask you questions, right? You want to be more interested. You're also going to be asking other people questions, but you want them, instead of just telling them everything and then they're just like, whoa, I tuned you out 2 minutes ago, or at minute 23 when you were going on and on, just, have that conversation, okay? And then you usually touch on the products a little bit, like, oh my goodness, I've aligned myself with this company that's mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. And we do it in one of 3 ways. My favorite is fruit and veggie capsules. Have you heard about them? Or, can I tell you a little bit about it? Or, oh my goodness, don't even get me started. Something like that. And then again, you just go into like, oh, it's, whole foods, pit peel seed. It's vine ripened. It's picked when it's falling off the vine. And it's the rainbow. It's 30 different fruits, veggies, berries. It's just amazing. As well, I don't know how many times I've been in an opportunity where somebody's complaining that their kids are always sick, or that they're sore, they're tired, whatever it might be, and that opportunity's there, and you're just wondering, like, how do I bring up Juice Plus without sounding like a salesperson? And so one of the things that we like to say, again, this is from experience, just learning, is, hey, I'm not sure if you'd be interested, but I really just don't want to keep it from you. And then I would just say, like, well, have you ever heard about Juice Plus? Or I even like to say, like, oh, I never want my friends and family to think I'm a salesperson, but I just can't not share, because I feel like this is something that might help. Would you be open to me sending you a video? Or, would you hop on a call tonight, or would you come out to this event? There's no pressure. You don't have to buy anything. I just really want to share something with you that I think could help. And then again, you'd, share a video, or, tell them a little bit of information. Remember that, like I said before, we're all here to help. Don't feel like you have to know all the answers. I'm a little distracted because I can hear my little guy crying in the background. Invite them out to an event. I always like to say the next event is the best event, because if you're waiting 3 months from now because this amazing doctor's coming to town, you might have lost their interest. So just try and get them in a room with somebody, anybody, or on a phone call. And then your story. So one of the most important things, honestly, is why you got started and what benefits you've noticed so far, or what you're anticipating. Hold on, guys. I'm going to throw my earphones in. Brandon, you can come down and see Mommy, but Mommy's on a call right now. All right, guys. I'm going to make this short and sweet just because my little guy needs me. Okay. So your story. So again, if you've been on the products for a while, you've probably had some benefits that you're ready to share. But if you're brand new, even just why you got started. So for example, you're a few days in or you're a month in, like, oh, well, I ordered because it seemed like we were sick all the time and I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. But my girlfriend who was sharing Juice Plus, they seemed to be so healthy and she had so much energy. That's all you have to say, right? You don't have to have an amazing story. But for the most part, people, they also want your story besides just the verbiage, what it is. You don't have to know all the answers, like I said, but just knowing that you care about them enough to share is important. And again, just why you got started. If you've been on the products a little bit and you have noticed some benefits, you can share that. Like, oh, I finally have the energy to get through the day. Or, we still get sick every once in a while, but it's nothing like it used to be. or maybe, you know, if you're somebody who's had some awesome results with maybe weight loss, you know, our products aren't geared towards weight loss, but they can be a catalyst for healthy changes. So maybe it's just sharing that. And yeah, I think that's about it. Like I said, so really the most important thing that you guys can do is just got to open your mouth. We like to say slop, talk to a shoot load of people, because really I know in the beginning, when I started this business, I had no intention of doing anything, and I even tried to quit. And that was because I wasn't talking to enough people. You know, if you're talking to one person a week or one person a month because you're so nervous, the odds of you getting a no are obviously high. And, you know, if you talk to one person a month and that's the only no you get, it can be really discouraging. But if you're talking to, you know, one person a day or, you know, 10 people in a week or something, then yeah, you're going to get a lot of no's. But then that just means you've shared with that many more people and your odds of getting yes is higher. And it takes, for the most part, an average of 7 exposures before people are ready to get started. I know that I was the case. I'm so grateful that Sandy stuck with me, even though I was hesitant to get started, because we've been on the products for 2.5 years now, and it's changed our lives. You know, that's why we share, is because I couldn't imagine my life without it. And the other thing is just knowing, like I said, that we're all here to help. You can plug into us anytime. Michelle always likes to add that, you know, as national marketing directors, we get paid 5 levels deep. Now, know that we don't get paid if we're not working our business. That's the beauty of this business. There are people in my team that can make more money than me if they're working their buns off. But we get paid 5 levels deep. And why I tell you that is that, you know, we're not only here to help because of the kindness of our hearts, but we also, you know, we're getting paid on that business. And so, you know, it's our job to support you. We want to do it. And most of us are just connectors, and we love talking to people. And so, you know, the more people we can talk to, the happier that we are. And like I say, we're all here to help. So I hope you've got some valuable tips and tricks to get started. Feel free to shoot me a message if there's anything you think I missed or you just want an answer to. And anybody traveling to conference in St. Louis, I hope you have a safe flight and trip, and I can't wait to hear all about it. And yeah, I got to run upstairs and see how my little guy's doing, so I'm going to stop the recording here.